Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family, and we are delighted that you have welcomed us into your home. We would love to hear from you, so send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. And today our guests are Sylvia Osong and Janine Ivanish. Now, Sylvia is the Executive Director of the Catholic Marketing Network, CMN, and Janine is the owner of a beautiful store, Heaven and Earth Gift Shop and Cafe in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And she also is a member of the Catholic Marketing Network. And we had a beautiful conversation yesterday with the two of them, just sharing about the importance of Catholic marketing. Because, you know, like you think of a diocese like ours, like we're 3% Catholic. So in the whole state of Alabama, ways that we need to, first of all, build up our own Catholic faith, know the resources that are out there for us. And Sylvia shared yesterday, you know, you could go to the website, put in your zip code, and find where there's a Catholic bookstore or ways that you can get items, holy reminders, into your home, into your parish, or into your community.
It's just amazing to go to the website. That's what struck me. And so they have listings of Catholic ministries, wholesale, retail products all over the country. And so it's right there, onestopcatholicmarketing.com. Their purpose is to find and connect and network the Catholic marketplace. I'll tell you what, that's encouraging. If you love Jesus, you love the gospel, you love the church, to have something that's non-competitive but cooperative, learning, growing, equipping, networking together, getting your products out there that ultimately lead people to Christ and to the church. It's wonderful. Catholic Marketing Network, more to come. Don't go away. We will be right back.
Welcome back. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and today our guests are Sylvia Osong and Janine Ivanish. Sylvia is the Executive Director of Catholic Marketing Network, and Janine is the owner of a store, Heaven and Earth Gift Shop and Cafe in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And she also is a member of the Catholic Marketing Network. So you might be out there and you may be a shop owner, right? You have religious items in your store and you want to get connected. So just go to catholicmarketing.com, where you then can network with this beautiful organization and enrich your own store and your life with fellowship.
You know, maybe you're out there and you've been saying, you know, this point in my life, I really wish I could have a business with that faith Catholic emphasis. But I don't know what to do. I think I got a vision. Boy, there's an army to help you think it through, and they will help you whether or not you should go forward or not, and they'll be with you every step of the way. So maybe that's stirring inside of you. catholicmarketing.com, catholicmarketing.com.
Well, Sylvia, tell our family in a nutshell quickly about Catholic Marketing Network, what it does, what are its benefits, and why would someone at home want to know all about it?
Okay. Well, there's been an explosion of the laity in ministry work. And what Catholic Marketing Network provides is that platform for you to network with other ministry leaders. And we have a mix, ministry leaders, we have wholesalers, retailers, distributors, manufacturers from all over the world, not just the United States, coming together at our trade show to, you know, just network and connect with one another face to face. And then beyond the trade show, there's a lot of networking and business that is built from relationships that are created at the show. So if you're thinking of starting a business or a ministry that, you know, you're trying to evangelize, if it's a mission, you're called by God, but called by the Holy Spirit, we want you to know that Catholic Marketing Network is there for you, especially our trade show. But then again, there are other member benefits that we offer: online advertising, marketing. We have partnerships that we can help you with marketing. We also do publications, print publications. We do 2 publications a year. So if you have a product that you want to get out to the retailers, you can advertise your product in our publication. We have a Christmas catalog, and we have a spring magazine that you can advertise your product or your business or your ministry. Also, we do have affordable advertising opportunities. We can do e-blasts. We send e-blasts to all of our members, over 8,000 plus contacts on our email list.
How many?
Over 8,000. And we have above average open rate, about 32% open rate. So people are reading our emails. So if you want to get the word out there, Catholic Marketing Network is that place. And we bring the marketplace together.
Perfect. And then you also do training, right? So if people are coming and they need to learn how to do this better.
Right.
So even if they've been a store owner in retail for maybe 10 years, and maybe they haven't navigated the internet so well, how can I do this more effectively? And there are ways to train and educate and empower them to do that better, right?
Right. Right now on our website, we do have our membership portal that has most of our training videos and our resources. As a member of CMN, you get to have access to these videos. And what we're doing right now is we're having webinars about certain topics, you know, like purchase order, how do I source products, how do I fulfill orders, how do I get my business online, how do I approach customer service when people walk into my store. And so all of that, we kind of create these webinars, and they're like training because it's so resourceful. So we have that available for our members, especially the stores. But then also we do have opportunity for our suppliers, the publishers, also to be able to reach the target market through all of the other advertising and marketing resources that we offer.
Excellent.
Janine, what's going through your mind and your heart as you're listening, and you've been involved with Catholic marketing for years, you're a retailer, you got your own place. What excites you about this conversation? What do you want people to know that are in the business or thinking about getting in the business? Because I know that you know why this is so important. You know how this has benefited you. So just take it.
Absolutely. CMN has been an incredible blessing in developing my business and fine-tuning it. You always run into frustrations with business. And so, like the last webinar we had focused on customer service and incorporated, you know, some great ideas, but also even how prayer can be a part of ministering to our customers, because people are coming in with all sorts of heavy life situations. And so we want to help comfort them, give them advice, and, you know, guide them to see how they don't walk alone, that Christ, you know, is here with us, and he wants to give everyone hope. And so CMN has been just wonderful. What I was also thinking about was a lot of times we'll learn about products at the trade show, and then we get bogged down by the day-to-day busyness. And when we get the publications, it'll remind me of like, oh yes, this product, I love this product. I want to make sure I get it, and we have to put this on the, you know, on top on the to-do list so that we can incorporate it. So it's very, very beneficial.
Yeah, well, that's because what you say, I'm learning about all the different components and what's going on. So, you know, in one sense, I think everybody's just kind of together, but you're actually resourcing each other. So you've got all these organizations and ministries and new ideas, but new products. And that's important to have something new in your retail shop. And so you're seeing all these things that you didn't know about. And this fits perfect with my clientele, with my people, my part of the country, and what's going on here.
Absolutely. It seems like we get some requests for product from our customers, and so CMN is a great resource to learn how can we provide that for them. And the new products are always fun. I love to, like in our busy seasons in the spring and the Christmas season, it's fun to see the reactions of people buying product that I was able to find at CMN, and you know, see the good feedback. I love a lot of things. You don't always know if the customers are going to love it, and when you find a good fit for them too, that's when it's really exciting.
And you know, the stores, they are on a mission to equip families, to equip individuals. And sometimes people walk into these stores not really knowing what they want. You know, like someone will come in and say, I've been out of the church for so many years and I'm just slowly coming back. You know, with the knowledge of all the products that they carry, they can suggest, you know, books to these people. They can suggest resources to these people that can help them on their faith journey. So the work that they do is tremendous. And they have a heart for the mission, like I said, because it's just about when someone comes into your store, you have to figure out what is it that they need and how can I help them with all the products that I have. So having a variety is always a good thing because you never know which of those products can impact people's faith journeys.
Right, and what product's going to move? I mean, nobody wants to make a purchase of items and then they're not moving. It's like, and so it's good to say that wasn't helpful, that didn't move, this is hot, this is going. I mean, I have been into stores as a consumer and Catholic stores, and I know that there were some things that they would just say, take me home. I mean, and mostly they were of the Blessed Mother. She is everywhere, isn't she? She's everywhere in my house. And then there's this one statue, and it was just I kept circling the store, going over here, going over there. But this statue was just like, take me home. And I was like, okay. Now, I don't know why that happened, but it did. And she's right there, and it's just beautiful. And then another time I saw one online, purchased it, and then I bought one for both of my daughters. And my daughter said, why did you buy me that statue? You know, and I said, I just felt like you were supposed to have it. And all of a sudden, she went on this journey with the Blessed Mother because God does that, right? So it's not just products, it's holy reminders that are going to affect our faith journey.
Exactly. And when you have young ones and they grow up and they see these religious articles all over the house, it affirms their faith. They know that this is something secret, that this is our faith, this is what we believe in, these are our values.
Right.
And it goes a long way to build these kids and to help them form a good Catholic foundation, such that when they grow up, they carry that tradition into their own homes and even at school and wherever they go. You know, right now there's a lot of peer pressure and a lot of craziness happening out there, but when they come home, they feel Christ present because of all the different products that they see around them. So it's very important for families to make sure to equip their homes with all these different religious products because it just helps us. It's a way of evangelizing without speaking.
Right.
Right.
Oh, and we've had people come into our home and say, something's different. There's a real spirit at workmen who have come in and say, your house is so peaceful. I love working here and being here.
And they love it. I have the biggest rosary at the front of my house. Like when you get in my house, it's the first thing you see at the door. And people always say, I love that. You know, we don't have to be shy of living our faith in our own homes. Right? Yeah. That's the only place we can actually live our faith to the fullest without being judged or criticized. And you know, people love it when
who we're witnessing to. I mean, I have angels on our property, and there'll be an angel over here. And when my grandson said to his parents, I don't have an angel in my yard. Nona has so many angels. We need to get an angel. And I was like, I'm on it. You know, so I got him an angel. And how important that is to him.
She's her own organization. She needs to be involved in Catholic Marketing Network.
But it's so, I mean, when I think of the richness and the blessing that it brings to me, it just in being in my own home, how it speaks to me and where the Blessed Mother is. And when I put a plaque of her in the kitchen, my kitchen changed. I mean, it really did. And so there are ways, it's so needed that we are networking, that we have the little stores, that we have online services of ways that we can empower the people of God to live out their faith.
Absolutely.
That's just with stuff, let alone the books and everything else that we do.
Yeah, so people don't sit back and think, you know the store or two that you might go to because this has made you so happy. Or other people have seen these sacramentals or an image that goes in beyond words. But to have somebody that's got a handle on a wide array of these, and you can find them on CatholicMarketing.com.
Correct.
And just go there. You can actually, I don't know if it's shopping there, but you know the organizations that are putting that out.
We just are the connector. So we connect.
Okay, yeah.
So we have our directory.
You put in your zip code.
You just put in your zip code or a store locator if you're looking for a store. Put in your zip code and everything is going to pop up. And you just look at the different addresses and you look at what they do, find out. And you can contact them through that. It's really, really easy. And when you put in your zip code, it auto-populates. You don't have to really do any much search. It just brings up all of the businesses in your area. And even, you know, our members that are ministries, not just products, but other ministries that are evangelizing in one way or another, pro-life organizations, they're listed on our directory. And it's a way to find everyone in the marketplace.
Speak to us about what you see as the future for Catholic businesses and individuals that are doing a little business thing, for retailers. I mean, is it frightening for people to start something because they seem to get swallowed up sometimes by the bigger wholesale places? What do you think the future is, or what are you seeing? You seeing more retailers, Sylvia? Are you seeing them come forth? What's your assessment? You've been in this for how many years now?
6 years.
And you went through COVID and everything
Yes,
else, which
that's
is
right.
could have been
And you're
good.
still standing.
Yes. God is
That's
good.
the beauty.
So I think basically there are fewer and fewer places available to buy Catholic products. So I think that in and of itself is very, very valuable. And we need to, of course, listen to God and where He's directing people. But in general, I just feel like He does provide. We've seen that through COVID. We've had many, many challenges, and a lot of times that's the sign that you have to keep going. You must be doing something really good if there are challenges. We've come to discover that. So I see it as being a wonderful opportunity to really serve the community and to bring together more people. There are groups of very, very vibrant Catholic people and families, and so the people who are Catholic seem like they're getting stronger, and so we really do want to be there, you know, for future generations to serve them.
Excellent.
And you know, you shared someplace in what I saw, which is an image that I really love. You said, you know, I think you said something like, we're the face of Jesus. And that's what retailers have to understand. You know, you're coming in, we do have products and so on, we hope this all facilitates. But your presence, I mean, this is a mission, this is a ministry business. I think just so many people are looking for, I wish I could have a business that was a ministry too, that was really based in faith, that the people I'm touching are really going to be treasure that's going to heaven. You know, not everything is going to heaven. Don't store up your treasures on earth, store them in heaven. And that's what these ministries are about. They're trying to win people for the Lord and to introduce them to the kingdom of God. And I think of when we shop, when I was an Episcopal priest, a lapsed Catholic, we would go to a Catholic bookstore. And those people later on said, we were praying for you that you come back to the church. You know, we were doing this. And maybe you want to read this book, you know, and this is what we got going on. Do you know this conference is coming up? You know, you're not Catholic, but it's a charismatic Catholic conference. Maybe you should go to that. And all that stuff is there. So it really is a ministry.
Yes, I think our cafe is a great opportunity to welcome.
Tell us about the cafe, because I went to the website and I must admit, I didn't look at too many products. I went to the coffee thing.
That's your thing, coffee.
30 or 40 different cold coffees.
Yeah, the coffee is amazing. And what's great is it's not like Catholic per se in the cafe. You know, we intentionally didn't put anything too, what do I want to say? We just have like a great question on the wall that says, you know, what is good, true, and beautiful in your life? Try to get people talking about more positive things. There's so much negativity in the world, and through all the, you know, the different types of media. We are trying to make a little haven in the shop and the cafe and welcome people, and a lot of people come because it is so peaceful. And we're near colleges, the students can come and study, they can, some senior citizens were cute during COVID and after COVID. They felt comfortable coming into our location, having like little parties and meeting friends for lunch, reconnecting with people, because the personal side of business is so important. That's what I love about having a brick and mortar store, is to be able to be the face of Christ to those who come and treat everybody kindly and talk about faith. I love when people aren't Catholic and they tell me that, because you can already have a great conversation. There's a lot of respect there, and people are, you know, I don't know, it just makes for a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Sylvia, are you growing? Is the Catholic Marketing Network, the number of vendors you have and other people joining, and the shows that you're doing each year, are you encouraged? There's growth there?
I am very encouraged, you know, especially post-COVID. You know, COVID almost wiped us out because, you know, we have our events and we couldn't have our event. And then a lot of our stores, everything was just kind of dead, you know, and so we're still in like recovery, I can say that, because everybody's trying to adjust
Yeah.
and doing different things, trying to figure out what's working, what's not working. So it's the same for us.
Yeah.
So for us, what we're trying to do is to ramp up our member benefits and to really be that resource. And so we're trying to partner with other organizations that can offer more services that we're not able to directly offer to our members, you know, connecting them with, you know, other resources that can help them with training, webinars, and things like that offline, like outside the trade show. It's encouraging to see that we still do have a lot of new vendors that find value in our event. Because this year, I think we have about 20, 25 plus new vendors that have never been to the CMN trade show. That's amazing, out of 75. So you think about it and you're like, there's still value there. And these people still know that, well, that one Catholic organization that can help them get a foot in the door on how to connect in the marketplace.
We're going to take a break at this point. Hold you over for the final segment. It's CatholicMarketing.com. CatholicMarketing.com. Go to it. Well, maybe after the show, but go to it indeed. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, beautiful ladies, I want you to tell our family at home, Janine and then Sylvia, how you manage your family, your careers, your faith life, taking care of yourselves. Janine, how do you do all that?
Well, I'm very grateful for my family and try to keep things in the right order. I put God first, my husband, my children, and my business. And I've been blessed with working with great people, and we do try to keep that order for all of us.
Perfect, good. And you have how many children? And they're all still at home, right, Miss Sylvia?
Oh yeah, my youngest, she's only 8. I mean, I have a good support system. My husband is one of the most amazing people. He understands. When I'm responding to emails, I said, babe, can I just have this 5 minutes? He's like, yeah, take your time. And he never gets upset. He knows I like to do my job. But working in a business that's also in ministry is a blessing. It's like double blessing.
Yeah.
Because like you're helping people get to heaven through what you do. And so for me, that's very fulfilling. And that's what keeps me going. Again, Christ first. And then, you know, everything always falls in place once you have God as the foundation of whatever you do.
Yeah. Well, as you share about the Catholic Marketing Network and what's happening, and I'm glad that it is expanding and growing, I really think those are signs of renewal within the church, despite what's going on in the world and COVID and everything else, that the church somehow, some way, just continues to grow and to move.
Right.
So your place, the Catholic Marketing Network, within the renewal that's taking place in the church, whether it's more vocations or whatever's happening, what's your place in blessing, in helping to renew the church and helping the world to know Christ and his church more fully?
I think, again, I go back to the fact that there is an explosion of the lady. And a lot of people now, they're being called, you know, to share God's word in maybe through a product or a service. And so knowing that our organization can help move that mission forward is what we do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sylvia, Janine, Catholic Marketing Network, we thank God for you all.
Thank you.
And for the work that you're doing, for your place in the renewal at this time in our history, in the nations of the earth, and in the church. It's CatholicMarketing.com. We all have a part. As Sylvia's been saying, this is a special time for the laity. It's not just priests and bishops that are called. You're called to make disciples of all nations. And maybe you have a stirring inside of you. Hey, this is something I want to promote. Whatever it might be, as an individual, as an organization, or you're doing something but you need more support. This is the time. You don't do it alone. We are the church. We are members of the one body with Jesus Christ as our head. God bless you. God bless all of your loved ones. You're never alone. You're an important part of this family. You're always at home with Jim and Joy. Bye now.